Hello everyone. So let's see with another topic that is in power transmission system in detail. So we are going to see with the clutch and the gearbox in this particular video. So basically what do you mean by transmission system? This is a power transmission system which is used to transmit the mechanical power from the car till the wheels. So it consists of an transmission of power from the engine to the wheels of the vehicle. So it consists of clutch, then it has a gearbox, propeller shaft, and a differential. So let's see with the details. So first of all, as you know, what is the use of engine? This is an IC engine. It is used for generation of mechanical power. So after that power is transferred to the clutch, uh, which is a frictional device, and it is used for engaging and disengaging the two shaft, that is to connect and disconnect the output shaft of the engine to the gearbox. That is the use of clutch. Next one we have gearbox. So gearbox, it consists of a gear and the size of gear, and according to that we get different gear ratios. So gearbox provides the necessary variations between the torque from the engine to the road wheels. Next one we have a propeller shaft. So the propeller shaft, definitely the name indicates it is a rotating member, and it consists of an universal joint at its both end, and it is used for transmitting the power from output shaft of the gearbox to the input shaft of the differential. And last one we have differential. So differential, it consists of an bevel pinion and crown wheel and set of internal gears, which is used to permit the two wheels on the axle to run at different speeds while taking a turn. And last one, we have the wheels. Next one we have an flywheel. So flywheel, it is used for storing the power, and this flywheel is a rotating mechanical device which is used to store the energy in the third stroke, that is in power stroke, and this energy is released in the remaining three strokes for particular operations. And the flywheels have a significant moment of inertia, and which resists the changes in the rotational speed. So these are the few images related to an flywheel. Next one we have an clutch. So as we have already seen, like what is an clutch? So clutch, as you know, we have a clutch pedal. So it can be pushed in downward direction or released, and according to the movement of the clutch lever, we connect and disconnect the two shafts. So basically the clutch is a mechanism which transmit the rotary motion from driving shaft to another driven shaft, or when we required, without stopping the engine. So as we know that it is located between the engine and gearbox, and like there are two position, engagement and disengagement. When the clutch pedal is pressed, the clutch is disengaged, and when the clutch pedal is released, the clutch is again engaged, and likewise the power is transmitted from the engine to the gearbox. So let's see with different functions of the clutch. So as we have already seen, clutch is used for engagement and disengagement of two shaft without stopping the working of an engine. Even though the two shaft are disengaged, still the engine is going to run. That is the first function of clutch. Second one, it is used to transmit the power from the engine to the rear wheels without any shocks, and when the vehicle is in motion. Next one, it permits the engaging of gears when the vehicle is in motion without damaging the gear wheels. Like when you shift from different gear ratios, like first to second, second to third, there are chances while engaging of teeth of the gear, they may get damaged. So without damaging the teeth, this clutch is used for permitting the gears to get engaged. So that is the third function of clutch. Next, we are going to see with the single plate clutch. So Single plate clutch, it is mostly used where the space available is more, and it provides like quicker disengagement. So basically it consists of clutch plate. It consists of clutch plate. Next we have pressure plate. Here we have a spring. Here we have a pedal. There are two shafts, a driven shaft and driving shaft. So driving shaft is connected to an engine and driven shaft is connected to an gearbox. And if you will see with this driven shaft, it is a spline driven shaft on which we can just move this plates. So let's see with an construction in details. So basically a clutch plate, which is also called as a friction plate. So it is a mechanical device which has a friction lining on both its sides, and it is mounted on the spline driven shaft. That is, it can be moved to left or right accordingly. Next one we have pressure plate. So pressure plate, it is a heavy mass plate with a flat surface, and it gets engaged with the clutch plate. Next one we have a thrust spring here, which are actually mounted in between the pressure plate and clutch plate. And this spring is responsible for keeping both these plates in engaged position when the pedal is in upward position. Next one we have an clutch cover as well. Then we have an clutch shaft. Then we have an driving shaft. So this clutch shaft, which is connected to the gearbox input shaft, and it is splined on which the clutch plate can slide. So what are they working? If you will see, when the clutch pedal is position is up, the axial force ensures that both these plates are engaged, and this clutch plate is sandwiched between two of them, and the drive is then transmitted from the flywheel to the gearbox. And when the clutch pedal is pressed down, the pressure plate gets moved on the outward, and it gets loosen its contact between the clutch plate and the flywheel, and hence the drive gets disengaged, and there is no transmission of power from the engine to the gearbox. So that were the basics of single plate clutch. And if you'll see with the application, it is mostly used in large vehicles where the space available is more, like for example trucks and buses. So if you'll see with an advantage of single plate clutch, its construction and working is simple, and as the size is higher, so the heat dissipation is better. And if you'll see with disadvantage, what we can say, like it requires a higher force for operating the clutch pedal. And as for higher power transmission, the surface area is increased, and because of which the overall size of the clutch gets bigger. So that are the few disadvantage of single plate clutch. So that's all with the single plate clutch. But for an additional information, we can see what is a multi-plate clutch. So multi-plate clutch, it is an extension of single plate clutch. It works on the same principle, but as the name indicates, it consists of multiple number of frictional plates instead of single clutch plate. Next we are going to see with the gearbox. So what do we mean by gearbox? As the name indicates, gearbox, it is used to have variation in the speed or variation in the torque, and it changes the speed and torque between the engine and driving wheels. So next one, if you will see, the mechanism through which the driving torque of the engine is transmitted to the driving wheel is the gearbox. The gearbox is a part of powertrain system to have variation in the engine torque to the road wheels, and it has some mechanisms. Like for example, if we have to reverse the direction of the car, we have one more additional gear, that is an intermediate gear, which is called as a reverse gear, that we will see in details. So what is the basic function of the transmission? So basically it is used to disconnect the engine from the driving wheels, first purpose. Second one, it helps the running engine to be connected to driving wheels smoothly and without any shock. Next one, if you will see, we can get different speeds to that of the driving wheels. And like additional, we can see what do you mean by tractive effort. So the torque available on the wheel produces a driving force which is parallel to the road surface, is called as an tractive effort. So this is the basic layout. So as you can see here, we have first gear. This is your driving shaft. This is your driven shaft. Here we have a lay shaft. This is your first gear, in which you can see this is your spline shaft on which this gears can slide to left or right. And according to the engagement, we get the first and second gear. So likewise, we get different gear ratios. So normally here we have and three forward gear ratio, first gear, second gear, and if both this shafts get engaged together, then we get an third gear ratios. So that is the what we can say, the basic working. Like for example, this is rotating in clockwise direction. This will rotate in anti-clockwise. This gear will rotate in anti-clockwise, and again this will rotate in clockwise direction. So here we have three forward gear ratios, and according to the number of teeth and the size of the gear, we get different gear ratios. So as you know, the first gear has lowest speed, and the third gear will have a maximum speed on the output shaft. That is an gearbox output shaft. So that's all with an clutch and the gearbox. Thank you all.